Alright, so today I'll be showcasing Saber Alter from the new 3.5 update. Currently you can only get her from the boss rush. I think it's about a 1 or 2% drop rate if you bring along a Saber. And if you bring along a servant, it's about a 6% chance. The servant lets you place about 3, so it increases your chances. On placement, she has about 6k attack, 7.5 cooldown, and 24 range. Now you can pause to read her passives if you want. In short, you just want to place a bunch of units by her. She gets some buffs when placed with other units, even if they don't buff her. And it seems like she gives a slight SPA buff to other units in range, so she might work as a sub DPS / support for Ragna, but I think there's better options. Something else to keep note of is that every 5 attacks she has a nuke, essentially. It's very similar to the normal Saber's Excalibur move, where she gets 300% damage, except with Saber Alter she gets only about 100% damage, and some minor range and SPA buffs. Lastly, I would like to say that she does pair well with the other secret unit from the boss rush. Similarly to someone like Igris and Sung Jin Woo, she gains an additional attack when paired with the other unit, and I think some minor buffs. I don't have the unit, so I can't comment on how good it is, or I can't even showcase that to you guys. But if you are grinding the boss rush still, I wouldn't be discouraged. They seem like a very good pair, and it seems like it's worth it in the end. Now that you have a rundown of her kit, I'll just skip ahead to when my farms are upgraded and I start to level her. Alright, so upgrade 1 gives her about 10k attack, 7.5 cooldown, and almost 25 range. Upgrade 2 gives her, I think it's, well, now it's 17k, almost 18k. She has a 9 cooldown and 30 range. Her stats tend to fluctuate a little bit due to the amount of enemies in her slow range. Her slow range is that purple circle you can see right there. And she also does get buffs from her Excalibur move. So you could see there it was a little less than 17k after that. So now in upgrade 3 she has 14k attack, 7 cooldown, and 25.8 range. So yeah, it seems like her other attacks outside of her nuke also get the buff, which is interesting. So just keep that in mind. Upgrade 4 she has 22k attack, 23 now, 8.4 cooldown, and 31.6 range. And as you can see now it went back down, it's about 16k attack, and then she still has the same cooldown and range. Upgrade 5 she has 20k attack, 7 cooldown, and 27.5 range, and she gains a new move with this next upgrade. Upgrade 6 she turns full AoE, she has 30k DPS, 8 cooldown essentially, and 34.3 range. Well, as you can see now, it just went back down again. She has 22k.75, so essentially 23k DPS now, and it seems like she has almost the same cooldown and range. On upgrade 7, she now has 20k DPS, about the same cooldown, and almost 30 range. We'll see now her attack went up again. Showcasing her is a little hard because of how much her stats fluctuate. It really does depend on how many units are in her range at the time, so just keep that in mind. On upgrade 8, her stats are about the same, except her range has gone up. Now at upgrade 9, and this seems like it's with the buff from her nuke, she has about 40k DPS, 7 cooldown, and 38.2 range. Yep, so it just went down back to 22k, and now at upgrade 10, she has 25k attack, 6.1 cooldown, and 32.9 range. So again, just keep in mind her stats are going to fluctuate with how many enemies are in her slow range and if she's about to do her nuke or not, so they will be a little inconsistent. At upgrade 11, with her nuke buff, she has about 60k DPS, 9 cooldown, and 42.2 range. And now that just went back down to about 33k DPS, 33.5, 7.5 cooldown, and 35 range. You might have also noticed that on upgrade 11 she does lose her full AoE, so don't think of her as a full AoE unit when trying to get her because she isn't. Now for upgrade 12, she has 35k DPS, 7.5 cooldown, and 37.3 range. Now with her nuke, she's up to about 60k. She has about 9 cooldown and 44.8 range. For upgrade 13, she has 36k attack, 7.5 cooldown, and about 40 range. Now with her nuke buff, she has close to 70k DPS, about 9 cooldown, and 47-ish range. And finally, for upgrade 14, she gains 40k DPS, she has 7.5 cooldown, and about 44 range. And that's all for this showcase. Let me know what you think down below. Personally, I don't think she's that insane of a unit, not even because she isn't a fully full AoE unit, but her damage is definitely inconsistent, and I think you can get similar damage a lot easier with other units like Gilgamesh maybe, or if you're still grinding for Ragna, I'd recommend him over Saber Alter, but at the end of the day, it's just up to your preference. If you'd like me to make a video on how to get Saber Alter, I can also do that. I know right now it's kind of confusing on how to get her and what to do, but I have seen some pretty good videos and guides on that, so I'm not sure if that's something that anyone would really want, but if it is, then still feel free to let me know. But with all that said, thank you guys for watching the video, and hopefully you enjoyed. Showcasing a unit like Saber Alter is a bit of a challenge because her stats fluctuate so much, so putting it into a cohesive video is kind of a challenge, but hopefully it was easy to understand. And if my showcase helped you or you enjoyed it, then you should consider subscribing. Only about 0.2% of my viewership is subscribed, so it really helps.